Congratulations, Steven.
Yeah, proud of you.
Come on, have a seat.
Steven, open up a statement, maybe talk about, kind of go through the whole experience of getting drafted.
Oh man, it's a blessing. You know, I feel very blessed. I want to thank God first and foremost. I'm just honored. You know, I'm just blown away by this whole experience. You know, I want to thank the whole University of Buffalo, Coach Quinn, Coach Jap, Coach Zach, Paul Batar, Pilk. I can't even. You know, I could just keep naming names. I know I'm just real humble. It's a real humble experience for me.
Have you come down from the initial, it sounds like you were shocked, but not shocked to go, but shocked to get that call and where you did. Have you come down from that just cloud that you were on?
Yeah, I believe I'll come down. You know, I'm back now. Initially, you know, it was cloud 9, you know, but you know, I'm back now. I'm back down now. You know, I'm just ready to go hit in that playbook and ready to go hit the field.
What did you do to celebrate?
I just went and visited, you know, all my family members. A lot of people had draft parties and stuff like that. I'm not, you know, that's not my forte. But you know, I had to do a paper the same night, so I was up, you know, I was up pretty late doing that. But you know, just seeing everybody was my way of celebrating.
Can you take us through from, you know, before your draft day, and then when you get the call,
yeah,
and what goes through your head? Can you take us through that?
All right. I was actually at the house with my family, and then we was watching the draft, and I had seen a couple people who I had visited with. You know, like Denai Robinson, I was visiting with him with the Chiefs, and you know, I seen him get drafted in the 5th round. You know, and I seen a couple other guys, so I had kind of just like took a break from it, and I actually went outside and started playing catch with my little brother, and I was out there with my father, and then I got the phone call, and we all looked at each other like, so you know, I answered it, and it was them, and you know, we all ran back in the house, and you know, ever since then it's just been crazy.
And you were in the city?
Yeah, I was at home. It was in Buffalo. Yeah.
So I assume they could hear the cheers and the noise in Amherst, right? I mean, what was that like?
You know, it's just like I said, it was just a totally unbelievable experience. You know, I kind of had a handle on, you know, them picking me. I didn't know exactly where I was going to be drafted, but I knew somebody was going to pick me up. But you know, just to be living it, you know, just for that experience to happen was just phenomenal.
Your teammate Willie Mosley was signed as an undrafted free agent by Tampa Bay also.
Yeah.
How does that add to the experience? Make it even more exciting?
It makes it it takes it to a whole nother level of excitement. Willie Mosley is one of my best friends, and you know, we came in together as roommates as freshmen, and we've been together ever since. And we battled, you know, and we played alongside each other this year, and you know, so for him to be coming right alongside with me, it just adds another total level of excitement.
What was your reaction when he told you that he was signed by the same team?
Oh man, I was in the car, and I had to stop the car, and I got out the car and I'm screaming. I'm like, man, you lying, man. But you know, so I was real excited. You know, he was more humble than me. He was like more, you know, relaxed than me. I'm screaming for him. But you know, he real excited. I just talked to him a couple minutes ago on the phone. You know, he can't wait to go. He can't wait to go neither.
Steven, have you spoken to the Bucs, and have you gotten any sort of indication? Obviously, you've spoken to the coaching staff. Have you gotten any indication where you stand on the depth chart, what you're going to have to do to earn playing time at this point?
No, you know, I don't really know any of that information. I'm just ready to go in and contribute in any and every way I can, whether that be special teams, whether that be wherever else. You know, I'm just ready to go in and go to work.
There's been talk of you playing outside linebacker or defensive end. Do you have a preference, or do you think one of the places where you think you fit better in the NFL?
I'm comfortable at both. You know, I've been playing DN my whole life. I've been training for outside linebacker since the beginning of last season, just in case. So I'm comfortable either way. You know, it's not a transition for me. It's just a matter of me going out there and playing.
Steven, can you take us through your progression from pretty raw recruit here at UB to NFL draft pick?
Yeah, you know, it's just been these coaches. You know, I came in and like you said, I was raw and I was 220 soaking wet. And, you know, these guys came in and showed me the techniques. And Coach Zach, you know, he's just phenomenal with the weight room. And you know, it was some days I didn't want to come in, but as soon as I got in, you know, it was exciting to just see him running around the weight room, yelling around at everybody. And so, you know, that right there kind of helped me mold me into who I am today.
When you look at NFLers from Western New York now, I mean, you have, of course, the Gronkowskis, name it from here.
Yeah.
I mean, Shredder gets drafted, Starks, obviously.
Yeah.
What does it say? What's that? Corey Graham, right. What does it say about this area and how it's improved producing top-level talent?
You know, it says a lot. You know, it says that we're here and we can play. We can compete. It's just a matter of getting the academics down. It's a lot of other people that was on my team just as good as me, but my parents did a good job of forcing me into the books and, you know, forcing the academic side of it. But, you know, it's also another, you know, another factor that a lot of people don't get the opportunity to take, and that's, you know, guys coming into your program and being a blessing to you. And, you know, you got to show them that higher love like these coaches, this whole staff did with me. And, you know, I can take tough criticism, and, you know, these guys just bless me in a tremendous way, and I appreciate it.
Steven, you were standing there, I remember at the end of the Bowling Green game, when we're standing there,
Yeah.
you were pretty emotional that day. You know, in part because it was over here. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that was the last game, but there was uncertainty. You didn't know if you'd get this opportunity.
Exactly.
To move on. The relief that must accompany this.
Yeah, you know, after that last game, you know, I just wanted to go out with a win, you know. But to turn this program around like we did, you know, that was enough. And just for me to have to hang up my UB gear, that was emotional for me. But, you know, now I'm just happy to be able to keep playing. And, you know, I'm always bleed blue. But now I'm just wearing, you know, red and gray. But, so, you know, I'm definitely excited about that.
Steven, I listened to an interview you did yesterday, and you said you always had to go to the back door to get where you wanted. What exactly did you mean by that, and how do you think maybe, I know you're talking about adversity, how do you think that maybe helps you go forward?
I was actually talking about, like, even high school, like, I had to get, you know, my grandfather had to talk to somebody he knew for me to even get in Grover. Coming to college, my SAT scores wasn't real high at first, so a lot of people shied away from me except Buffalo. You know, so that definitely helped my pick. Them being loyal to me always, and you know, even like, you know, with this process, I wasn't invited to the combine, wasn't invited to you know, the top All-Star games. So that, you know, those obstacles always kept a chip on my shoulder and always kept me driving and kept me motivated and just kept me, you know, able to, you know, showcase all types of ability because I was, you know, always had that chip on my shoulder.
You know, the second half of the season, you were a whirlwind. And I remember talking about it, you talked about the sense of, like, desperation.
Yeah.
It was setting in. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of time left to get things done, either to uniform or to impress with the
Yeah.
If you could speak to that too as well, Jeff, the way, you know, he kind of, it was like a switch turned on midway through the season.
Well, I, you know, couldn't be more proud of Steven and happy for he and his family. But at that point, you know, we did speak, you know, in person about what kind of leadership we needed at that point, you know, with our football team. And Steven was the head of it, you know, in that locker room. And I needed to pick on a couple of kids in our program that were seniors, knew that we were coming down that stretch. We needed to pull off some big victories, and Steven was the main reason why we were able to do that. And I still saved a bunch of our text messaging between the two of us. Oh, yeah. And it was very interesting because, you know, you build these relationships with these young men. And I couldn't be more proud of him for listening and really following our plan. And these are the kind of moments that you look forward to as a head football coach for these kids individually.
Can you kind of summarize what those were about?
The text messaging, just about, where we needed to go, how we needed to stay together. I believed in every single player in that room. I believed in Steven. I've always believed in Steven, and Steven knows that. And, and certainly to have this opportunity, demonstrates that he was doing things the right way every day. But you got to produce on film, too. And that's what we were able to do. We were able to keep our kids, together. We only had ourselves in that room. Nobody else outside of us believed that we could win. And I certainly appreciate what Steve, he was reiterating the very things that I was speaking about, and that's what really made a big difference, that our players were influenced by the accountability of each other before the coaching staff.
So can you touch on his development through the years here and his commitment to his own development?
Steve hit it hard about a year ago. We sat down, and we've always known that Steve he's been blessed with a lot of athleticism. To go from 225 pounds to 265, his goal was 270, so we missed 5, so I owe him a dinner to get him up to 270 before he goes to camp. But, it was all the things on the field that I saw. It was the off-field that I'm also very proud of. This young man's going to walk and earn his degree in sociology at the University of Buffalo, one of the finest academic research institutions in the country. So not only was he drafted, but he's also earned his opportunity to earn his bachelor's degree. So we're very proud of that. But I'm excited, because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers came in here, identified Steven. We sell attitude to the NFL. We sell guys that really love it and live it, and that's what I saw in Steven. And but he put a lot of time in. He put a lot of time in with Coach Duval. He's doing the same thing with all of our players. Steven bought in, and this is what it's all about. He's blessed with some gifts and some athleticism, and he took full advantage of our plan in developing that. And he listened, and he is where he is today. Now he's got to go make that team and really show the folks down in Tampa Bay that they found a really good football player and somebody who's very passionate, competitive, and coachable.
Have you had conversations with them leading up to the draft?
Yes.
Tampa Bay?
Yes. Yeah, they came up on a personal workout. They were here when they did the pro day. We spent a great deal of time discussing behind the scenes. See, they can flip on the film just like I can, recruiting a kid, but I want to know about that individual. Who is he? What's he about? What kind of decision making does he have? And what kind of things really are the key factors to taking somebody into your program? And I saw that, and they asked a ton of questions. You hear it all weekend. What was the number one thing they talked about? Character. And I said, this is a guy who's a high character young man, high achiever. He loves it, he lives it, and he's going to be a great asset. Plus, they saw a lot of special teams value. Coach Schiano knows defense as good as anybody. And I coached against him when I was at Cincinnati, and we talked a little bit about with their scout about that. I said Coach Schiano understands defense and players and how he wants those players to fit into a scheme, and they were very high on Steven because of that, and then the special teams value. And knowing that he's going to graduate, knowing that his leadership in the locker room. So all those things really made a big difference, I believe, in the fact that they moved him up and the opportunity to draft him when he wasn't even invited to the combine. I don't know how many fifth rounders didn't go to the combine and got drafted. So that's a great statement for Steven and working with Coach Duval.
What's this new attitude-wise for the program, moving forward? When you have something like that, you got some pretty good players coming back next year.
We do.
Or aspiring to the same type of thing.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting. Football's important here, and I think our players, they don't understand that. You win two ways in this business. One, bringing the right kind of bulls, the RKBs, the right kind of people, and then have a plan of development. And this shows that we have that. And anybody in the Western New York area should be very proud to know that we have one of their own homegrown, as we say. You think about it. This morning we were talking about the youth program that he played in, the Fruit Belt Rockets. You know, so what a tremendous story that is. But for our players, you know, it gives them a tremendous amount of confidence that they are on the right path and they're moving in the right direction. And we saw it all spring. And guys like Steven is another example that if you continue following the plan, it's going to work for the ones that really do care and really are the kind of high achievers that we're looking for here.
Anything else before we proceed? All right, Steve, you have a hat that fits you now, I think, so I want to take photos off here.
All right.
Just stand up and coach you.
Yep.
Shot here.
Yeah, let's get this. Yeah, you may be a fifth rounder, but you're number one in my heart, brother. Huh?
Appreciate it, Coach.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Let's get it right there.